Hey everybody, it's Neutral from Riftstrats. I'm bringing you another video guide. The first thing we're going to be looking at today is Matron Verosa, the first boss in File Cascade on the Expert difficulty. If you guys didn't know already, like I've said in previous videos, once you reach level 50 in Rift, you get to redo every single instance you've done leveling up on the Expert difficulty, but much harder than they used to be. So the first boss, Matron Verosa, is actually 3 mobs that you need to worry about that have 3 specific abilities. The first one you fight is Matron Verosa herself. She will come alone once you aggro her, and after she gets to 50%, she will spawn a shield on herself and start doing massive AoE damage around her. You cannot do damage at this point to her, and she will spawn and add the Ghost. The Ghost has one ability, which is a charge, which will do a high amount of damage on a random ranged member of your party. There's a simple way to avoid this by standing in melee range. We didn't do this in the video, unfortunately, but it doesn't hurt all that much and can be healed through if you have a good healer. The second add she'll spawn is when the Ghost gets to 50% is the Zombie. The Zombie has a very straightforward cleave and just needs to be tanked away from anyone that he can cleave on. This will just be extra damage on your tank and needs to be healed. Once the Zombie gets down to 50%, all 3 will come at once. Matron Verosa tends to stay at the back and cast Shadow Bolts. This is actually fairly good, because if you stand in melee range, she'll actually do AoE damage to you and melee you. So it is recommended that you do not stand close to Matron Verosa and actually have elsewhere than where your group is while you're killing the other 2. Once all 3 come in, it's recommended to kill the Ghost first, because the charge is way more annoying than the cleave that the Zombie has. Once you get rid of the Ghost, the fight becomes fairly straightforward and very easy. Once all 3 are up, it gets really healing intensive. I suggest you pop cooldowns like Healer's Covenant, or your tanks pop defensive cooldowns, or your healers like Bards can pop Virtuoso or something. It's a really small phase that is really healing intensive, and then it's really straightforward. As soon as the 2 adds are down, the boss will start doing a ranged Shadow Bolt that will target a random range member and will do shadow damage to everybody around that person within 20 yards. So once the 2 zombies are dead, it is recommended that you spread out, but it doesn't do all that much damage. This boss is fairly easy and can be done with very little gear. As long as your tank has 50 toughness, you should be able to knock this off. Fairly easy. So I'll just go over the video that's playing right now. Right now we have Matron Verosa tanked to the right, and she's alone and she's casting spells on our tank, and our tank has her on aggro, but she shouldn't lose aggro. I mean, if she does, your tank can just use the ranged taunt and taunt it back. Right now we have both zombies up, and the boss itself at the back, which is casting spells. This gets really intensive, but as soon as you kill the Ghost, it gets really easy, because the zombie itself is super duper easy, and the boss herself does pretty much nothing during this whole phase. We now have the Ghost dead, and now it's just the zombie, and he's, like I said, he hurts pretty hard on your tank, but other than the cleave, there's nothing to worry about on this guy. Now we have him dead, and we're going to switch over to Matron. Matron is fairly straightforward, as I stated. We're just tanking him right in the middle, where right in front of her platform where she used to be, and it just becomes more group damage at this point than it was single target damage. Just make sure to keep your tank alive, and it's just a burn phase. You just make sure. So that's it for today. If you have any suggestions or any comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a private message on YouTube. If you like what you see, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thank you. See you later.